Watercooler, Watercooler, Watercooler.
Hey, welcome to Watercooler, episode number 328, also known as 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 52.
Damn it, we're almost at that five-banger.
We're so close. Thank you so much, listeners, for tuning in. My name's Chris Loxamana. You know the show goes. I kick with my cool digital buds like Gary Smith
So what's up?
and Mike Dawson.
I think I might have just figured out how you do that. Do you take the number and then divide it by 69
No,
and then see what the remainder is?
no, I have a bunch of jelly beans,
Okay.
and I add
Well,
one
that's
jelly
the
bean
other
to
way,
the
I
pile,
guess.
and then I separate into 69 jelly beans, 69, another 69, another 69, and then I count individually the rest.
My God, dude.
Yeah.
You should get an abacus.
No flicking the bean.
Is that an Asian joke, Dawson?
No, it's a math joke.
Okay. Is that Arabicus is Asian?
I don't think so.
Okay, I thought they
Either
were.
they're Greek, probably.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I don't know why I thought they were.
think they're Asian.
Yeah.
but
I thought they were Asian.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm the racist one.
I don't go for Asian jokes. That's low-hanging fruit in this room.
Is that a short joke, Dawson?
Yes, that is.
Well, thanks to everybody for tuning in today. Something feels different,
Something is different.
and that is we're missing Kalen Bean. He will be here for Patreon.
No flicking the bean.
In the Bean. Also Matt's gone, of course. Just for the time being, he'll zoom in every now and then. Pop his
We'll see.
flip flops in.
But there's something else new.
Oh yeah, I'm married.
You
I'm
got
now.
married. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Ring.
Look at that
I was
ring.
actually just looking, dude. Look at that ring, dude.
Tungsten, baby.
Wow.
Here's a
Is that
fun
made
story.
out of a tongue?
Yeah,
No.
This is made. I think it's dragon tongue. It's made out of dragon tongue.
Sweet.
The morning after your wedding, you walked
mean
up to me
dragon?
and my
Yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons.
you walked up to me and my mother, and she was complimenting your ring, and you opened your fanny pack and pulled out another one.
Yeah,
You were like, I got two.
I have two. It's $12 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Which was a great idea. Thank you, Gary. I got that from you, I believe.
Yeah.
that ring is
absolutely.
$12.
Oh, yeah.
$12.
I love it.
So if you ever lose it, no big deal.
It's not gonna turn my finger green. It's tungsten. It's
Can you open beer bottles with it?
You can. Now here's the thing: be prepared for it to mellow in that color, because mine used to look like yours, and now mine's almost like all silver.
okay. Well, let's get another one.
Yeah.
Or I'll put my backup one.
Exactly.
So I had. Okay, we're obviously gonna do a wedding recap today. Thank you both for joining me.
Thank you for having us. It was a beautiful day.
But speaking of rings, so I got this ring, and I initially ordered one that was, I thought was my size. I put it on my finger. It may have been a touch too big.
Was that
And
a kid's medium? Sorry. I'm sorry. It was right. I miss Matt.
Me too.
I'm going through
I
turmoil.
don't. Yeah, I know you're lashing
I'm
out
still
towards
adjusting.
me.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if I like it. And then so I'll get another one. It's a smaller size, which fits my finger just right. But then we go out to Palm Springs. It's very hot. My wedding diet, for some reason, the 3 or 4 days leading up to it, I just gave up.
You gotta just.
I
say,
just gave.
"F
I'm
it."
like, all right, I'm here. What more could possibly change?
Yeah.
And I was eating a lot of salty foods, a lot of soy sauce in my food, things that were making me kind of puffy.
Sure, that will happen.
Yeah, you get puffy a little bit.
Yeah.
And my ring, the one that fit well, I tried it on. I was like, oh, it's kind of tight. I wonder if Jen's gonna have a little bit of trouble sliding that onto my finger because I got a little puffy. So I went back and got my bigger ring because I have two, remember? And we used that one, and I wore that one, and it was fine. But then the puff started to decrease.
You unpuffed.
I unpuffed. I went Cheetos Crunchy for the rest of the trip.
Wow, dude, yeah.
And I had to put on the smaller one because the other one was just literally sliding off as I'm doing hand motions.
Sure.
It was just flying off. I'm like, oh, that's a bad look if my ring just keeps flying off.
The ring it's important that it fits well.
Yeah. I do want to learn the beer bottle trick, though.
It's not hard. You put a beer bottle underneath it, and then you curl your hand.
Yeah, this ring I got snapped because it came across a beer bottle that wouldn't open. That was like fused to the glass.
Oh.
And I snapped this silver ring. I talked to your friend Anthony, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to send this with you to him whenever you're going to see him.
Okay.
And he's going to fix it.
Send it
He
with
said
me
he
here.
can
Give it to me
actually
now.
fix it.
Give it to me now. I will see him. I'll see him in the next week or so.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right.
And I asked him, I said, when you fix it, can I open beer bottles with it again?
What
He
do you
said,
think?
yeah.
Really?
Like, all right, sweet.
Great. Yeah, maybe reinforce it.
It's the whole reason for the ring.
I bet Sean at the other shop could weld this thing nice and shut too. Anyway, yeah, that's the ring. It feels weird, feels off balance. I'm so used to just taking it off before showers and the gym and everything, because I'm not used to. I don't know.
You're not a jewelry guy.
I'm not a jewelry guy, but I hear I'm just gonna get used to it, and I'm not even gonna notice it being on. But right now, it's all I notice.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
I can't
dude.
stop fiddling with it. I can't stop flicking it like on.
And then when
on
you see
tables and
it, do
making
you go-
spin?
Yeah.
Do you go, oh shit, dude, I'm married? Fuck yeah. Like, is it still a realization?
yeah.
Every now and then, like, oh fuck, dude, I got married.
Yeah. When I'm driving, I'll see it.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
something that's different from the last, I don't know, 16.
Your bride did a nice little Instagram story zooming in on your ring.
Oh yeah, she did. Yeah, that's for close friends only. So let's,
Sorry, I guess I opened the circle a little bit.
But props to you, Gary, for being in that
I
close
know, dude.
friends
Look
group.
at
How about that?
I'm very, very blessed. You're right. It was a green circle. I had forgotten about that. Sorry.
I'm just kidding. I don't. She doesn't care. But yeah, a lot to get into. So I don't even know how we're gonna. I think the way we can break this down is, I'll just go. There are a lot of people that helped me out with this wedding. Like it was basically, I relate it to the Seinfeld finale, where just all the people in throughout your life just kind of popped up and like, hey,
Came back
I'm going to
and
be a
helped
part
out.
of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Testified against you.
testified against
Yeah.
me. But this is like the opposite. Yeah, and they actually helped me, and a lot of people like really did. For instance, the photo booth.
Yeah.
That was a guy named Jake at Classic Photo Booths.
Is that the guy I offended at Gina's wedding?
No,
Oh.
no, that's Patrick.
Okay. I'm still sorry, Patrick.
So Jake, I met him at a Corolla event.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and he did really good work. He did our 10-year anniversary. Remember we had a photo booth there?
Yeah, absolutely I do.
And so I'm like, hey man, I'm getting married. I'd love to have you be a part of it. And he came up with a photo strip that matched our invitations, and that photo booth was really cool. I actually just got all the
The
gifts,
digitals? Yeah.
the digitals, the
Nice.
digis. So got that. DJ Jen's friend was a DJ. Or Jen's friend was a DJ, and he does a lot of really big events. But he wanted to do the wedding, and
You did a very good job.
yeah, I gave him the playlist, and he stuck to most of it. And whatever he chose, I loved. So he got the vibe, and he was really pumped on the selection of music and things like that. So
I was really pumped when at a certain point I heard a Blink-182 song playing. I was on the other side of the compound and it made me really happy. So I started walking towards it. And when I got there, your whole like bridal party had you up like crowd surfing in a circle. I was so stoked. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yes, that is exactly what Chris should be doing to this song on this night around all his friends.
well,
Fuck
it
yeah.
started off with a mosh pit. So you hear the Blink, it was "Damn It" by Blink-182, and it has a guitar intro, do 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 do, and everyone just started moshing and running in a circle, including Jen's dad. Dawson was in there, and then eventually, yeah, got into some crowd surfing. Eventually, got the bride up there.
Yeah, I was a little, I don't know, I was a touch concerned. A whole bunch of wasted people were fucking running around with you guys in the air, and I'm like, fuck, you guys don't drop them.
It was still early.
We knew.
I
it.
was-
It was still early. Come on.
Yeah. You got Jen's dad up there.
Dude, Jen's dad gave a hell of a speech. And then my favorite part of the whole evening, I think I told you that night, was watching you watch Jen and her dad dance. You just seemed so happy and like pleased with the whole night. And, it was
Yeah,
just a
you're-
very sweet moment.
I was lost in the moment.
So was I.
of just everything.
So was I.
Yeah. So it was, look, every part. We're very happy with how it turned out. So yeah, there's not going to be a ton of controversy in this recap because
Yeah.
we're just pumped on, except for the heat, I guess.
I will say it was dope when the sun went down. It was really cool before the sun went down, but it was awesome. At a certain point, the sun went behind that mountain and there was still light out, but the sun was gone. And it was just like, oh yeah,
We-
dropped about 20 degrees instantly.
Yeah, we were hit by a heat wave that we didn't know was coming until about 6 days before the wedding, and we saw the weather report, and yeah, heat wave coming in. So we went to Amazon, ordered a bunch of those hand fans. That
Yeah, I saw
you
those.
saw those. Yeah, we just got a bunch of those. And like, look, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Whose idea was that? I don't
Jen's.
think my brain would go there, you know?
No, it wouldn't.
Oh yeah,
Mine wouldn't either.
Jen had that brain for the last 2 years of just what can I do?
Right.
Like, yeah, how can I make this work? So and she's really thoughtful in that, just naturally anyway. So it worked out. Dude, Gary talks. Listen to me.
You're killing it so far.
Listen to me.
You are killing it.
Yeah, so it was. So anyway, the music was a blast. Played a lot of, as I said, a lot of club pop. The bridal party came out to "Down" by Jay Sean, which is something I just randomly picked because I thought that's a fun song. And then, for those curious what songs we walked out to "Explosions in the Sky," "Your Hand in Mine," which is also the Friday Night Lights soundtrack song, as well. Jen walked out to Leon Bridges' song. And then our first dance was to a song called "Forever You and Me." So it was everything went great. Let's see, our planner Tatiana, she was awesome. She's her company's called Truly Personal Events. So we found her with our San Diego venue. The way I found her was I was looking for a wedding planner, and across Yelp, just like everyone kept mentioning this company, but I never got a name. And then someone just wrote Tatiana, but it wasn't what her company is now. It's a company she used to work for. I found her on Instagram, and I just DM'd her. I'm like, hey, I'm planning a wedding. I hear you're good. Can you help me out? And she was just starting up her new company, and she helped us out with our first venue, helped us out with our home wedding planning, stuck around, and then helped us out with going out to Palm Springs and planning that wedding.
That's pretty awesome.
And,
That's dedication.
Total dedication. And she was just like, this wedding could have happened without her easily. Like it would never have happened.
Yeah.
And she gave me a couple of surprises throughout the wedding too. One, she brought out a '65 Mustang for us to take pictures in front of. Her uncles lived in Palm Springs. They own a pristine white convertible '65 Mustang. She's like, let's take some wedding pictures in front of it.
That's
so
awesome.
We went out there and took some photos, and they were really cool. And then she says, I have one more surprise for you, Chris. And I go, what? And this is like the middle of the wedding, maybe a little more towards the late. So it's like, I have a cake for you. Now remember, I wasn't planning on having a cake at this wedding because it was too expensive. Sure, I had a childhood dream as an 11-year-old fat kid. I want my morning cereal, which consisted of cornflakes with strawberries and a shit ton of Oreos, to be my wedding cake flavor. Now,
do you think it's because you talk about how it's been your dream since you were an 11-year-old kid that she made this happen?
Possibly. So
that's true.
Yeah,
that's completely true. I've told on maybe you were gone that, but yeah. So when I was a kid, like the only time I ever thought about my wedding was I made this concoction of cereal that had strawberries and Oreos dumped into it. I'm like, this is good. I bet it'd be good as a cake. This is what I want my wedding cake to be. And that was the only thing, and also having a wonderful, lovely bride, which I got. But
killing the game. Who is this kid? You went out to the desert for 4 days, came back a new man.
And so I told. So the plan was to get that cake, fulfill my dream. Found out it was kind of expensive just for cutting a cake, no big deal. So I thought I'm not having an 11-year-old fat kid dictate my wedding, and when we could use that money for something a lot more valuable. And then Matt had his going away party.
Like a cheesecake, which is actually a pie.
Which is a pie, according to the Fond du Lac Almanac. So Matt had his going away party a couple weeks ago. He got to choose a cake. He almost chose cookies and cream and strawberry, but decided not to because he knew it was my wedding cake, which then I was mad because I really wanted him to choose that because I didn't think I was going to get that cake. Anyway, I went a long way back to get to this point. Tatiana's like, I got a surprise for you. Brings me up to the couple's table, which I walked away from for a sec. There was a wedding cake. What flavor? Cookies and cream, Oreos, and strawberry.
Nice, dude.
Got it for me.
Nice.
As a surprise. I got to cut that cake that I dreamt of as a little kid.
You know how I know you were stoked about this? Was because this is a giant square compound, and you had to walk all the way across it, and you came and found me with the cake, and you were like, check this out. I got my cake. This is amazing. And you were so stoked.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because I knew you'd get it because you knew the story.
100%.
So it's not a story I brag about to a lot of my friends, to be honest. Like, who knows this? Who knows the value of this? And I went, oh, Gary does. So,
Good you didn't pick
went
Dawson.
to you. And I went up to you, and then I started dancing with it, and it was
amazing.
It was a fun
You had your first dance with the cake.
I had.
That's great.
Yeah, I forget.
Did you
I forget a lot about what Jen and my dance was, but that cake, I remember every single moment.
Did you take that cake back to the room?
Let's just say we The cake and I are now one. We've I don't even want to say consummated. I'm trying not to say it.
I shouldn't have led you down this road.
We flawn-summated. No, that's not a cake. I don't know. There's something there. See, this is why we need Fondelier here. He's always good with the food sex puns. So anyway, she was great. I'll show you the great photos taken by Kelsey.
Yeah.
From Kelsey Christine Photo. And these are their Instagram handles, by the way. And Gary and I used to have the same photographer.
Yeah, absolutely. We've used Kelsey not only for our wedding, but for our pregnancy photos, for our engagement photos. We've used her for almost everything. It was like seeing an old friend when we saw her there working. It was great.
Man, a lot of.
Did you guys know there were pregnancy photos before you got married?
I
didn't know there were.
I do because people my age got started before me, so it was
Interesting.
all over
Okay.
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, bro. You're gonna do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the question is like, how basic B are you gonna be? Like, are you gonna just have like a flowing sheet that shows the belly? Like, there's just varying levels of it, Dawson.
Oh no.
When my wife decided she wanted to do them, I had a few requests, not necessarily rules, but I was like, can we make it a little bit more? And she was like, yeah, I want to do more chill.
Yeah. Dawson, we're in the age of Instagram.
I just don't. Oh,
Either
man.
Bro, you gotta do it for
I would
the
love
gram.
to just delete everything if I could.
Yeah, there are
But I gotta get people
professional.
to come to shows.
Exactly.
So
Oh, I delete social. I've thought about deleting my social media for. I think about it probably every day, just because I wonder what that release of pressure or just not even pressure, but I don't know what it is, but just to have that released and taken off my shoulders and not have to worry about checking it all the time.
I miss the days when I didn't know shit about anybody. I know way too many things about way too many people, and I don't like it at all. Anyway, go on.
Deleting your social is pretty tight. I recommend it.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
I just I do like how I could keep up with my friends, but maybe that's the point, right?
I don't know. It's I keep Twitter for business, and everything else I'm pretty much dormant.
But it's a lot of business now because I play a lot of shows.
Yeah.
Kind of need it. There's an audience there now that kind of
Right.
Absolutely.
it's business now. So it's hard to.
That's why I can't delete my Twitter.
Not saying that all the people who on social media is just business, but it's just it's hard for me to imagine getting away from that and how am I going to promote things? How am I going to continue doing work if I'm not connected with all these people? So yeah, it's a weird
It's a tough balance.
seesaw there. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, the florist at flowers.everafter. When I told you I went to go look at the flowers, I didn't notice the difference. Gary, it's tough, man. Flowers are very beautiful,
Yeah, they are.
very colorful.
Yeah, and they're dying.
They do die.
They're dying as you're looking at their beauty and enjoying it.
Here's
They
my
are
biggest
dying.
one of my biggest regrets. So I got the chance to speak to everybody. Right before we got to sit down for dinner, I was handed a wireless microphone, and they're just like, say a few things. Was not expecting that.
That, by the way, is an assault. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Come over to me and say, I'm going to hand you a mic in 30 seconds and you're going to say a few words. That's all I need. I don't need 10 minutes, but don't spring it on me.
I probably knew I was going to say something, but I wasn't expecting it then and there, so I didn't really have anything in my prepared in my mind. And what I really regret not saying were two things. One, check out the donut girl. She's going to have donuts.
Oh, I found her.
Yeah. Two, please take home the centerpieces.
The problem is that where you had it,
it kills me that they didn't.
very few people would have been able to actually take them home. They would have just taken them to the hotel.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
The donut girl was fantastic, Dawson. Did you sample some of that fare?
I was unaware of the donut. Tell me about it.
The donut girl had this automated frying system that basically, if you imagine like the deep fryer that they do for French fries, this is an elongated one. They could probably fit two of those buckets, facing each other end to end. And this had a system where it
Conveyor
would
belt.
make donuts, it would drop them in the oil, and they would go down the oil, and then there was an automated claw over at the end that would flip them into this basket, and then she'd pick them up with tongs and put them in a little paper bag, and then she'd be like, all right, what toppings do you want? And she had
man.
30
Yeah,
toppings,
dude.
and she'd cover it up. Dude, it was pretty.
Doss was too busy cutting a rug on that dance floor.
Yeah.
You could, but yeah, it was just float. They would float down
Sometimes
this
a man's
lazy
got
river.
to dance.
Sometimes
You
a
know?
man's got to dance. Don't worry. We'll get. By the way, Donut Girl. Her Instagram is at the Fry Girl Inc.
Yeah.
Incorporated. And yeah, she was incredible.
She was super nice.
We talked about it on the Curl Show, but we'll get more into her and the food and the cocktails and Shea Fondle Chris. So we have the venue, the Lautner. My God, I mean, it was just a gorgeous venue. As I said, Jen walked in there and started crying the first time she was there,
Yep.
months ago, and we knew that was the place. They told me
It was perfect, man.
wasn't it perfect.
Yeah.
They told me, and I don't mean to poo-poo on other weddings, but they said that may have been the best wedding they've ever had there.
Yeah, absolutely.
that?
I mean, look, the place lended itself so well to Jen's style, and then she did such a masterful job of putting the right accents on it to like make it even pop more in the kind of theme she was going for. It just all worked.
Yeah, and I'm going to be posting pictures and whatever all over Instagram, so make sure to check that out too. And they're at the Lautner compound and John Lautner's architecture. Really great place in Desert Hot Springs. Highly recommended to have your wedding there or any event there.
Absolutely.
Now let's see.
Joy and I were talking about doing an event there. Joy really loved it. She wants to do like maybe a 40th birthday or something out there.
That'd be an incredible idea.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Beautiful. Just isn't Palm Springs awesome? Like there's no big buildings.
Yeah.
It's just
Everything is one fucking story.
Yeah.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
great.
Isn't that great?
You can totally see above everything. It's a consistent skyline
yeah.
across the whole place.
It
Yeah, I
gets-
noticed that too.
It gets dark when the sun just goes behind the mountains. Like you just watch
great.
it. You just
Yeah,
watch
and
it
you still
sink.
got like 7 hours of daylight.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause that mountain's tall, right? You're right there.
It feels like you're on a different planet. Like, and it's beautiful. So, yeah, big fan of that area, and it's close enough to where like Jen and I are like, why don't we come here more often?
Yeah.
Like, it's a shame. Like, it really is just you could spend a day there. We don't have to get a hotel or anything. You just drive out there, hang
It's
there.
a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
It's easy peasy.
It's even closer from where I live.
Yeah.
It only took me an hour and a half.
To drive home in traffic for me and Gary.
I know. We stopped on the way home, and you made my son's world because he got to stop at the world's largest dinosaurs out in Cabazon.
Oh yeah.
I saw that. I was
Oh,
wondering
boy.
who is going to stop on the way.
That'd be the
Yeah.
one with the 2.5-year-old who's obsessed with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
He was having it.
Yeah.
He was all about it.
So, I'm jealous. I want to see like video or pictures of that, please, because that blew my mind. Okay, so the way the day went is we, of course, Jen gets there early. Like the girls get there. The wedding is at 4:30 ceremony. Girls get there at 9:30.
AM.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a little.
night before. No. But did they give you those cool rooms?
Yeah.
The 4 of them?
Yeah. Well, the guys
So you
got
got one of them,
one.
two
The
of
girls
them.
got a whole other one that you didn't even
Nice.
see. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It wasn't part of those 4?
No.
So
There's a
they got
whole other
like
one.
they got like an extra special
Yeah.
place. Yeah. That's why they were there at 9, dude.
They're there at 9.
Yeah.
Man. We're on different ends of the compound. Yes.
It's also a whole process, Doss, because usually there's like 1 or 2 hair people and
Oh,
there's
totally.
9 or 10 girls. So
Exactly.
it's like you got to be there for your appointment or
Right.
you're going to F the whole day up. And
Right.
it's like a social thing. You know, they have
It's-
breakfast.
it's a
they
big
have
day,
lunch,
yeah.
They drink their champagne. You know, it's a party.
Yeah, well, at Del Mar Glam did Jen's hair and makeup, killed it.
Yeah, she looks
So we
beautiful.
did this thing where we were always wondering, like, should we see each other before, or are we doing that traditional thing where the first time we see her is when she walks down the aisle, and you get that reaction from me, and you can take the pictures, blah blah blah, and initially that was the plan, but lately we were like, let's do it before, because then we could get a lot of pictures taken out of the way, and we can enjoy cocktail hour and really enjoy the wedding.
Smart move.
And they can still like photographers can still capture my reaction when I first see her, because it'll still happen.
Yeah, well, it's also you get another take.
I get another get
Get another
big.
shot at it. Maybe I can do better.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. I'm glad you bring that up. So the way they did it was I just faced one direction, and they said you'll feel a tap on your shoulder. You turn around, and you'll see Jen in her bridal dress and her bridal gown, and just and there she is, and you can see her for the first time that way.
That's the way
So
to do it.
It's just us two. Yeah. So I'm standing there by myself, just do. I feel a tap on my left shoulder, and she's obviously right there behind me, and what an intense moment that was.
Yeah.
Just like feeling that tap, like, okay,
Well, yeah, dude.
Here it is.
oh my God, it's here. It's
Wow.
here. And I turn around, and there's my bride, just completely glowing. I've never seen her happier. And they got the picture of me. And according to Jen, I looked like a cartoon where the tears like go from the bottom eyelid and just go all the way to the top. like,
Yeah, the tears fill up your eyes.
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
She saw that happen to me. Man, I'll never forget it. She looked beautiful as ever.
Yep.
And yeah, and I was in awe, just in absolute awe. Like it's speechless. And it was just, she was so happy, I was so happy, and it was an incredible moment. Like just as almost like if not just as powerful as when I proposed and we said yes. Like it was just like right there, all these feelings that I have not been able to recreate synthetically, or in other aspects of life. Like it's just like there's nothing like it. It's just so beautiful, so powerful, and it happened again, and it was incredible. So did that. We exchanged our gifts.
Mm-hmm.
She got me a guitar, Das.
What kind?
I got a telly.
Nice.
She gave me a white telly. So you'll be seeing it. You'll be seeing it. I couldn't have been happy. On the back, she engraved it.
So wait a minute. You have to.
Awesome.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's a
there's
thing
gift
too.
On the
There's a
wedding.
gift exchange.
Yeah, okay.
Typically, I mean, I don't know if this is for everybody, but from my friends and the way I've seen it, there's a gift exchange too. So I got her a ring to compliment her wedding band as well. So she has 3 rings on her.
Nice.
On her ring finger. Anyway, so by the way, that was Anthony too. Forever faithful.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he killed it with all the rings. So we exchanged gifts. Oh, by the way, I thought I'd play this prank on her because I'm in the suite with my boys. We're already ready to go. We're just sweating now.
For any of the listeners, before we hear this, I'm sure is a very successful story. Wedding day, not typically prank day. That's a dangerous game that you're playing,
Yeah.
Chris.
Oh, did you hear about this?
No, I didn't. But
Oh, okay.
But I know you and I know Jenny, and I'm sure it went great.
So we're just hanging there sweating. I get iced, of course.
course.
We're drinking whiskey or just hanging, make each other laugh, and then it's time for the gift exchange. And right before that, Jen already kind of knew what my gift was because I had to get her a ring size, and I wanted to make sure it fit because
Yeah.
I don't want to give her a ring. It's just like the wrong size or whatever. So she already knew what she was getting, whereas I didn't. So
By the way, pro tip for anyone who does not want to do that: steal one of her rings, put it on a piece of paper, and trace the inside with a pen. You can take that to a
she doesn't
jeweler.
take off her rings, and I don't know. How do you know what
Okay.
finger?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, but that is a very good idea.
If you can pull that off.
Yeah, maybe when she's sleeping, just kind of
Well, my wife will take them
Indiana
off
Jones
to do the
it with
dishes.
like a bugle or something.
My wife will take them off to do the dishes and like leave them there and like step away to go do something. You gotta be stealthy, but you can do it.
Yeah, there are ways.
There are ways.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, well, anyway, so we're right before the exchange of gifts. I actually don't have the ring on me. I gave it to our wedding planner because I thought we were going to exchange it there. Be like, it's time. So I don't have anything. I'm like, okay, I'll just go out there. But I thought I should give her something. So there's a box already in there, like that's a decorative box. So I grabbed that, and what can I give her? And Mikey Weiland, who's who's the drummer of my band, it's like, I have a $10 Chili's gift card. It is expired though, and I thought, that's what it is. So,
Mikey, why
That's
do you
so
have an
good.
expired gift card?
That's wonderful.
That's
so
great.
throw that in the box. I get it ready. I'm walking out there, and I bail on it. Like, I can't do this.
Good call.
I can't do this. And I put it away, and then she sees doing nothing. And I'm like, I do have something for you. And I ran back and got it. And it made it look so sloppy. So my prank didn't really sing as well as I wanted it to.
Yeah. No, I got something for you. I'm gonna go run and get it really quick. It's a gift card you can't use. It's expired.
Yeah. She opened it. We got a picture of it. She was laughing though. It was funny. And then gave her the ring. The gifts were amazing. I can't. Yeah, my guitar is incredible, and I hope, that Chili's gift card maybe will be half off. Who knows? I don't know why there's an expiration date on a gift card, but whatever. And yeah, and then the wedding went off without a hitch. We did our vows. We had to do them in public. Like, you can always do your vows privately to each other, or you can do them in front of everybody. And we chose to do them in front of everybody. Jen's were beautiful. Mine were kind of memorized. I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do. And it was good that they were kind of memorized because Jen said some lines that I had, which kind of threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
Because had I read those same lines back, I mean, maybe it would have been beautiful. Like, oh, look, they're so on the same page. But it really just kind of caught me off guard. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to kind of just improv this. But my goal was to just talk to her and just like
Yeah.
Because I had a bunch of ideas. Like I have stories that I could have told. Like one in particular was like when we were first dating, she made me a pie for my birthday, my first birthdays, if not my first birthday that we were together, and I loved it. And I thought that was really nice of you. You make that now. She doesn't bake pies, so she's like, yeah, that actually turned out really well. So we're like, that was great. So she goes, when we were first dating, I'm gonna do this for you every birthday, which typically for me that's a red flag. Like, whoa, that's very presumptuous of you that you think you're gonna be around the next birthday. How, geez, we
Thought she was just after your money at that point.
I thought you were just after my money. Yeah, what is going on here?
That's what it is, man.
But it was weird because my first reaction, right?
Those tens and tens of dollars you have.
Yeah, I'm going to make you a pie for every birthday that you have moving forward. And my first response was, that's a lot of pies. That's gonna be a lot of pies. And it was sweet because it's
nice.
like, it was me like agreeing to this concept that, yeah, you're going to be around for a while.
Nice.
And so there's something in there, but I just kept, I did do the Borat thing.
You did.
I did.
You did.
I said something along the lines of like, you're lovely, you're amazing, and now I finally get to call you my wife, which got a couple chuckles. A very outdated reference, but
I think I might have snorted.
I had to do it.
I will tell you that at that moment, my wife elbowed me harder in the ribs than she ever has because I burst out laughing the way I would have if you had done that on this show. I was so impressed that you had the guts to do that.
Yeah, dude.
It was fucking fantastic. It made my day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. It just felt like the right thing to say. As remember, I'm just talking to Jen. I would say that to Jen that way if I was just talking to her. So
it just, I don't know. It felt like a joke that was just for me.
Yeah.
And I was delighted.
And our officiant Trevor.
Yes.
He was very fun. He
killed it.
He just had the right amount of jokes and the right amount of sweetness to it. He opened the whole ceremony. First off, joking that's only going to take 45 minutes. Remember, it's over 100 degrees, so nice little chuckle there. And then he said, "I've known Jen my whole life, which is true, and I've known Chris for a long time, which is true. So Jen is like my little sister. Chris is like my brother." And who wouldn't want to see your sister and brother get married?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just absurd enough to where it just really set the right tone.
Now, did you specifically ask him not to call you his little brother?
No, I didn't actually.
I'm just kidding.
Did he? Oh, I'm older than him, so
Yeah.
maybe that had to have been it.
Yep.
You're not a little brother based on size, Gary. It's an age thing.
I'm just saying, I didn't know if you didn't want the optics of it. Trevor did amazing.
We didn't go over any of what he'd say. The only thing that I did ask that we didn't, one because of time, two because it was a bad joke, but
Correct.
I asked that, hey, let's do that thing where we do the, if anybody objects to this wedding, speak now or forever hold your peace. And I told Trevor, and then we wait like 15 seconds, just straight faced.
Dawson, do you know how long 15 seconds is in that
Yeah,
scenario?
yeah.
That's a long time. And that is not a good joke.
Yeah.
You were going to put a plant in there to do something?
No, I would just went silent, and then we just go on as if nothing happened.
Yeah, he just wanted the awkwardness.
Yeah.
He told me about this in advance, and I was like, I really hope you guys don't do that.
Well, we didn't, Gary. So there you go.
It was mostly because I didn't want to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, they did that in ancient times because a lot of times the chick would steal cows and shit. And if someone knew you stole cows, you couldn't get married.
That's
Catholic church thing. Yeah, man, crazy.
I went to Catholic church.
Yeah.
That's
why
that
they did it.
explains my desire.
Can't steal cows.
That it does explain my desire to
Steal
smuggle and
cows.
steal cows.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So, I thought
They
I was
called
the
it
only
rustling
one.
back then.
It just feels good to
Yeah.
tell people about it and say it. I've been keeping that a secret for so long.
Claws are master.
You don't have to fight that demon anymore.
Yeah.
You can just go steal cows.
Yeah.
Now.
Chrissy Cow Stealer.
Chrissy Cow. That
saying.
could be my new name.
Could be.
Anyway, so by the way, all the furniture at
Yeah.
the venue provided by at Mai Supply. So that's my friend's
How do you spell that?
MODI.
Nice.
So I just want to make sure I get that right. At Mai Supply, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my friend Ashley. She's She's the one that recommended we check out the Lautner, and then we loved it. So she knows what she's doing. She has really cool like mid-century modern like tables and chairs, and that's kind of what we're going for.
And it all fit. I mean, it was very much everything was
So wait,
cohesive. It was all on the right theme.
that furniture that was at the outside at the Lautner compound is not furniture for the Lautner.
Correct.
No, and Joya called that the second we walked in. She was like, Jenny picked all of this furniture.
Oh yeah,
Like, it was.
It
was very like I don't know
Really?
if you would necessarily notice, but and nor would I to that extent.
and
but
I usually don't either.
my wife is very, notices those things, and she just called it from the second we walked in. She's like, Jenny handpicked almost every
Yeah.
single thing that you can see.
Yeah.
Muy interesante.
Yeah, a lot of venues don't have that stuff. So if you look at like the Lautner's Instagram or anything, they all have different furniture, different chairs, different tables, different lights, different everything.
Never even thought of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Well, I'm learning a lot today,
you're
and I
taking a
want it
class.
to end.
No, you are in for a crash
Wow.
course,
I don't want
my
it
man.
to end,
This
man.
is
That was a
great.
fucking great weekend. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a great time.
No, it was a fucking awesome time, dude.
Yeah, I had a blast. Also, other rentals provided by at Adore Folklore and at Planks and Patina as well.
Nice.
Sorry, the only reason I want to give these people credit is because I'm
deserve
so
it.
grateful. I'm just so grateful. Like it's just gratitude is just overflowing within me because this went well, and yeah, I'm so happy.
As well, you should be, man. It was beautiful.
You want to do some Shea Fondle, Chris?
Yeah, let's
Might as
do
well.
it.
Let's just keep it going. Oh no!
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, hey,
What's on the menu?
All right.
Very well done.
Yes. So I had a Post-it note that I
Matt
forgot
who?
to bring in, but it's okay. We don't need it. So it's okay. No, it don't even.
Okay.
Let's kick it off with you know what I mean. I love my specialty cocktails, right? Love a good specialty cocktail. Well, I've talked about it before, like about it. So is my buddy Jesse. His company is at A Drink Come True, I believe. Let me just make sure because at A Drink Come True.
Laura Lee's already talking about hiring him for a party.
Oh, dude, she should. She
No,
needs to.
she's going to. She was like asking me for his Instagram while we were at the pool.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, because we handed out some drinks.
Yeah,
Dawson,
Chris-
you had some drinks even the next day.
Yep.
Chris
So-
came out in the morning with all the leftover drinks and started handing them out to everyone at the pool. It was great.
I came out in the noon and had some.
That is the noon. Yeah.
I was already back in the room sleeping. with
Dawson
the
wearing.
baby.
Yeah, Dawson wearing nothing but a huge cowboy hat. which was
Nothing
good on
else.
you. Nothing else.
Buck naked.
Buck noon.
Is
So
it buck naked or is
Yeah.
it butt naked?
I thought he was
thought
buck.
it was
but
buck.
It's
I-
Buck if you're using it as your porn name, and it's Butt if you're just talking
Yeah,
about
butt naked,
the
yeah.
state of what you're dressed in.
Interesting.
How
That's
naked
definitely not
you
a
were.
real. I just made that up.
I have to start forgetting things if I keep learning. There's only so much space in this brain.
Well, we had some cocktails, and I'll just say what they were. So we had one called the Howdy Redhead, which is Jen's Instagram handle.
Correct.
That was tequila, cilantro tincture, strawberry, and lemon.
Yeah.
Easy.
It was good.
Light, fruity, delicious. The Loxy Love, which is kind of like an old-fashioned whiskey. And then the orange curacao made from the oranges from my backyard, from Chris Farms. And
Chris Orchard Farms.
Chris Orchard Farms.
I had
And
a
then-
couple of those.
And bitters as well with a dehydrated orange wheel as a garnish.
It's beautiful.
The Besito, which was a cucumber vodka provided by Durham Distillery. The mango shrub, lemon, and sodas. Oh, that welcome drink was a mango shrub as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had a drink right when people walked in, which
great.
is, I think, much needed. And then the Kiss the Bride, which was a raspberry-infused gin, conniption gin, which is also Durham Distillery. Fresh cucumber, lemon, sugar, and milk. But then I can't even describe this process, but he like puts it all together and the milk like separates from the drink and then he takes out the milk from it and
Yeah.
it's clarified. Yeah, it's really weird, but it was light. It was a wonderful drink, incredible cocktail, and then we had the slushies as well, which were the frozen Mai Tais made with Batiste rum, and those hit the spot. And we had a lot of those the next day. Those are pretty much all I drank the next day
Yes.
because we had a slushie machine in our room.
Yeah. I visited that room at least once. It was It was very delicious.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a big glass of that stuff.
'Cause I'll-
Fantastic.
I'll be honest, like
Two.
you go to weddings and they usually they go, you can only have 2 signature cocktails, and that's kind of all what the bar gets, and they're usually kind of lame. These ones were really good,
They were really good.
and they were like, I'd order any of these at any restaurant any day, and yeah, so it's just an honor to actually have like a real mixologist make our drinks, and
Cool guy, by the way.
yeah,
Really,
Oh,
really nice guy. Like, engaging. He was just a sweet dude.
very hot. Well, he's definitely in the he has hospitality like ingrained in his
Yeah.
soul, and that's just who he is. So it worked out. Like it, and once again, it's a drink come true. He has a bunch of stuff on his Instagram. Follow his drinks. Hire him for anything. Like he really killed it.
Yeah.
and made some cocktails that I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe how good they were.
It was fantastic. And they
Yeah.
looked so cool with the orange wedges that were dehydrated that you knew were from your tree. It's just like it all worked. It was cohesive.
Yeah, and then lastly, not lastly, but Dave's Catering at Dave's LA Catering is. I've talked to them before because they came to my house. Oh, sorry, it's at Dave's Catering LA. They came to my house and like we did everything at my house, which was really cool. They drove out and cooked everything in my kitchen, and then we picked the food there. We had the tri-tip, we had the mac and cheese, the mashed potatoes.
It was all delicious.
Yeah, the past treats. I actually didn't have any past treats. I'll be honest.
Past treats were getting gobbled up quick.
Yeah, they were.
They were really good. I
Yeah.
got to try the meatball. I got to try like a beef rib slider or something like that. Everything was so good.
Yeah, I think so too. It's just it really. I don't know. We're so happy with them. The food, everyone was so sweet, and I obviously know how much we're doing a wedding recap we're doing. I just wanted to get it out there. I know you posted some lenses on Patreon,
Yeah.
or whatever, and like so. It was just, I'm just so happy.
I'm
I'm
glad,
over the
man.
moon, and you guys are there, and I'm talking to the people in this room. You guys are there,
Yeah.
and it was just so good seeing. As I said, it was weird. It's always weird seeing people outside of who I work with every day outside of work.
Yeah.
Like it's just a cool.
It was nice seeing
Phenomenal.
all of your friends and, this good community you got around you. We don't, even when we go out and do stuff, on the rare occasions that we do, it's not Chris and Jen centric. And this was nice to be able to see this, meet all your friends.
Yeah, and Jen, I talked to Jen about this too. Like, if you marry me, you marry all my friends, and that's kind of all of our friends is
Yeah.
thing. Like we just, you kind of get that, and
You're just in the group.
But like, you're in the group. You get a huge family of friends. Like we're all friends with each other. Like her bridesmaids, I've known just as long as she have, if not longer. Like some of them. Like it's just, I know them all really well. Like they're all super close with me too. Like we're all just, everyone's cool with each other.
Yeah, and that's really commendable, man. I mean, not many people are able to keep friend groups that big as late into life as you have, and it's cool, and it was fun hanging out with them because you're not like necessarily like the most closed up group. Like, yeah, you guys are all tight knit, but like I felt very much at home at both the wedding and the bachelor party. Everyone was super cool to me, went out of their way to include me and stuff. Like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was just a fun. I got some great. You're gonna find in those gifts. I got some great photo booths
saw.
with some of your friends. It
I
was
saw.
fucking great. I was
And I
having
love
a good
it.
time.
Man, that warms my heart when I see that
Yeah.
kind of stuff happen.
It was awesome. They were like yelling at me to get in there. So.
Yeah, and Dawson gets along with a lot of them too. I mean,
Yeah.
he knows all of them too. So like, it just warmed my heart, and I'm still just on a high right now from that lovely, lovely day.
Yeah, dude.
All right, let's do some comments.
All right, let's do it.
Now it's time for listener
Oh, and that's what's on the menu. All right. KC Peters says, am I the only one who remembers that Matt Fondelier got the name Porcelain Punisher by peeing in a urinal so hard that he hated porcelain? Yet it's turned into a joke about him taking a dump and singing up the place. Why has he been branded so? Did I forget something?
Yes.
Yeah, that's completely wrong.
That's definitely wrong. What happened was that Matt, I believe it was on the day, and Matt's going to have to come and correct us on this, but Matt, I think, was really hungover one day and was in the bathroom taking a massive shit, and there was an interaction between Adam and Donnie where Donnie
I was
yelled
there
at,
for this.
Donnie yelled at Adam to calm down because Matt was about to shit himself to death.
Yeah. So, that's very, very, very much
very
true.
wrong.
So we were in the car with Donnie and Adam, and they were talking about because here's the thing. Backstory: Matt dated a girl in Mexico. I think this has to do with some of it. He would go to Mexico every weekend, drive out there, hang with her, and come back to work. And dude would destroy the bathrooms, like when he got back, because his stomach was just effed up. Like you think he'd adapt to it by then.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure that he's getting like Montezuma's revenge, and just he was and he was hurting. So he was already in the bathroom a ton. Donnie was getting upset with Adam, like, hey, lay off Matt. You're upsetting him so much that he is shitting himself like all the time because he's stressed so much.
Yes.
And rather than Adam being compassionate, he went, oh, I shall now talk about this on air and make fun of him for it. So he was sitting where Gary's sitting, looking through the window and just talking about how Matt, it initially started with Matt calling Matt the Bull Bruiser.
Correct.
And there were nicknames like that, Matt the Bull Bruiser.
Yeah.
And then Porcelain Punisher, that just happened. That's what it evolved to,
yeah.
and it stuck.
Right.
Yeah.
And then somebody did correctly point out in the comments that I believe after that name was cemented and part of lore, he revealed on a different show that his father in college, because he used to get drunk and pass out in the bathroom, was referred to as the Porcelain King.
Yeah.
So the Porcelain Punisher is of the lineage of the Porcelain King.
Yeah. So there you go, Casey. The history as it.
But yeah, he
from,
pisses really hard.
Yeah.
Where did that come from, bro?
You know, Matt was probably like, cool. That's how they think
Matt's
they got
like,
the name
sweet,
now.
here I
All
come,
right,
Austin.
we're good.
I got this. The past is behind
Here
me.
I come, Austin. Yeah, I start my new life.
No.
No longer the Porcelain Punisher.
Hide your toilets.
I did see him post a Facebook update, like a status update, like, all right, Austin, Texas, here we go. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. And I want to be like, dude, the comments are going to be all Porcelain Punisher.
Oh, Matt, yeah. You're not leaving. You're not getting away that easy. Let's see here.
Pretty exciting stuff.
It is. Johnny Shine says, I know this has been discussed kind of in a similar fashion in the past, but there are a lot of new members in the Facebook group, which, by the way, I want to let everybody know, these are all comments from our Facebook group. Please join facebook.com/groups/BoboBoyArmy Worldwide LLC. Go to that URL, answer a few questions, and we might let you in.
That part's important because we try to keep out bots. We want real people who listen to the show, so they don't have to be exactly right, but answer the questions and prove that you've listened.
Yeah, and it's my favorite place on the internet. So Johnny says, since we got a lot of new members in the group, how and when do you listen to the water cooler? For me, it's either during my commute, while I'm cooking, while I'm doing the laundry, sometimes while I'm grilling.
That'd be right now for me.
Yeah, we do it. Yeah, I listen to the water cooler while I speak into a microphone.
Yeah.
I kind of block out everything you guys say, and I only listen to myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's live.
Dawson's. I don't think Dawson's ever listened to an episode of the water cooler.
What are we
The
talking
listeners
about?
would be surprised by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dawson's never listened.
Anyway, what?
Well, do you guys want to hear how people listen to us?
Yeah,
I find it kind
sure.
of interesting.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you listen? When do you listen to podcasts? Exclusively when you drive? We both have
When I
long
drive,
commutes.
or I have headphones that I'll walk around and I'll just pop them in, the wired ones, because my AirPods got stolen out of a car. I don't know if I told you about that.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, but I like walking and listening to stuff too.
Me too. Also, if I'm like mowing the lawn.
Sure. Do you listen to podcasts, Doss?
Only on long road trips.
Okay, so it's not a
Mostly,
Yeah, I mean,
mostly hardcore history.
Mostly hardcore history.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say.
I listen to podcasts.
so you listen to half a
He listens
podcast.
to Carlin.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kevin Elwell says, I walk to work most days, nearly 2 miles, so the show is a nice accompaniment.
That's cool.
Yeah, except I look crazy when I laugh when I'm alone on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I was
Well,
listening to.
yeah, then less people will talk to you.
It's a plus.
That's
Kevin.
true. I listened to a podcast on the way home from your wedding, Chris, while my wife and son listened to music. So I had it only in one ear, and it was in the left ear, and that was strategic. And I kept laughing, and Joya kept like freaking out and being like, "What's going on?"
Oh, funny.
Nothing.
Yeah, because you won't play podcasts in the car like on the speakers, would you?
By myself, I would, yeah, but
No.
I wouldn't subject
Yeah, with a
somebody
family.
else to that.
Yeah.
Unless it was a podcast we both happened to listen to and hadn't heard an episode yet.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of crossover.
I find it hard to do as well.
Yeah, she's more murder, and then even like the few times we have tried it,
Same with Jen.
she starts trying to talk to me about it. She'll like start to comment. I'm like, well, now I can't hear what they're saying now though. So
Yeah,
we gotta
exactly.
we gotta
we can't
agree
discuss
to
it.
like we can laugh or something, but like we gotta talk about it later.
We're at that pause button.
Yeah,
Drop your comment in and then press play.
sure.
Clay Wilcox says, yeah, generally at work, but the wife likes it too, so it's great for road trips.
Nice,
Hey,
dude.
Hey,
Right
Clay
on.
and
All
Clay's
right.
wife, thank you. The wife. Thank you very much. But I will ask your wife to please listen, at least play it on your own so we get the download count.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't like
just-
this 2-for-1 kind of stuff.
Look,
It's
when
only
he,
right.
when he fires it up on the car, you fire it up on your phone and turn the volume all the way down. Just let them both
Yeah.
play. We good?
Yeah, there you go. It's easy. Sharon Hale says, yeah, she listens to it with her kids. She considers it family friendly. Basically, great car road trip podcast as well.
I gotta know how old these kids are.
Yeah,
They're either under 5.
They're
Uh-oh.
36 and severely
Yeah.
disabled.
Yes.
Sharon,
Sorry,
I worry.
it's jokes.
We do talk about some
You're just
crazy
sharing
stuff.
hell with Sharon Hell.
By the way, how is that family friendly? Because that's a standard thing I would say on this show.
True. Dan Egloff says he's a field construction manager. He travels all over the country alone, but he's a very social person. So we keep him company on the road, and he's very grateful for that.
Nice.
Erica Delgado says, I listen to it at bedtime, and then I really listen in the next morning. So we put her to sleep.
Nice.
I think we have soothing voices, right, Doss?
Yeah.
Erica?
Bird. Yeah. Drag.
You're gonna-
Dungeons and Dragons.
Let's see here. Yeah, someone else said they listen to it while sleeping. Oh, yeah. Laura McCauley also says she listens to it right when she gets into bed.
All right, but just put it on repeat.
Yeah, she says, there are nights when I fall into a peaceful sleep because I love hearing them talk. But the first thing in the morning, I replay the entire podcast. Thank you, Laura.
All right, love that.
And she says, I do have some interesting dreams listening to the guys talk all night. So she probably is dreaming about birds and dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Ryan says he listens while he's at work. It's like having a group of funny coworkers in his coveralls chest pocket.
Nice.
Yeah. And then Brian listens to it while walking his dogs. Yeah, I like joining everybody for and seeing how they're how we're hanging out with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very sweet. And thank you all for listening. Let's see here.
We love you.
Thanks. Thomas Murphy says, I want to congratulate the Loxamanas, but that's an apostrophe catastrophe that I can't stand behind. He posted a picture of like one of the stories. A lot of people are doing this. where
Yeah, I
they're
saw
doing
that.
congratulations to the Loxamanas with an apostrophe S. Now, if you wrote the word wedding after that or marriage after that, that would be fine. But I think,
No, you just gotta pluralize it. You know?
yeah, it's-
I hate there are rules in grammar for a fucking reason. Obey them. Okay?
I'm not angry like Dawson, but I judge.
really?
Yeah.
But I also doing it. A lot of people are doing it.
But I also misspell weather when I mean, one or the
You
other.
do. That is one I've
It's-
noticed you've done
dude,
wrong.
It's like my Achilles heel, and I fuck it up all the time. I think I've gotten better about it because you and Matt have both pointed it out and like shamed me for it.
Yeah, like
which
whether
is
or
good.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I spelled that wrong too. WHETHER.
Yeah, but Garrett spelled like the weather.
That is correct.
Side.
You're
right.
What you did was correct.
Okay.
If you're talking about either or,
Okay.
but if you're talking about how warm it is outside, that's where I'll spell that for what you just did.
Yeah.
It's a bad one. So I
Yeah,
shouldn't,
that one. Yeah, that's
so I
a
shouldn't
bad one.
judge, but I take apostrophe seriously.
Yeah.
I just asked you about apostrophe about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You asked me if you put an apostrophe. Dawson,
Yeah.
if you were talking about, like, let's say,
Jose Fernandez's dog.
or Cain Velasquez's case.
Thank you for fucking using the real one. Nice.
Does it end in an S or a Z?
A Z.
Z. Do you do the apostrophe?
I do apostrophe
Apostrophe,
S.
yes, correct.
So would I.
Yeah.
It just feels wrong.
would I.
It feels wrong, but that is correct, I
Yeah.
believe.
I agree.
Let's see here. Oh, man, I have so many comments here. Just making sure I get to all of them.
Bro, we got comments for days.
Oh, here, Mike Saliba.
Taliba.
Mike Saliba from axheadwatch.com says, Los Angeles,
Yo.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't chime in with the way bread isn't better toasted. And I'll tell you what that is. It's dipping. Fresh Italian bread and oil and herbs, maybe some balsamic. You can't do that toasted.
Totally agree.
And you could also do it Maltese style by adding an A1 sauce to the oil,
However,
What?
which I highly recommend.
there's a flip
Maltese?
side.
Yeah, okay. We got to get into that too, but what's
Yeah,
the
I want to
flip
eat
side?
that too. The flip side is if you have a dip sandwich, sometimes toasting the bread helps it stay together
True.
a little bit better.
Yeah,
I think what he's talking about is just
Yeah, no,
eating
just
the
no.
pure bread.
I agree with that. Yes,
I agree.
100%.
as a guy who loves bread at the beginning of the meal, you get a little thing of balsamic and oil, a little salt and pepper in there, maybe easy. Maybe a touch of garlic if you want to get cray. Dip that in. I don't mind if it's toasted. Sure, it's not as absorbent and spongy, but it does absorb something.
Yeah, you
it's
get
not
it.
like I'm not putting a crouton in there, so there's definitely some give. And so I don't. I don't know. Maybe I even prefer a touch toasted. I just like hot bread, and there's nothing sexual or weird about that.
Hot bread
sentence.
talk.
Want to bet? Time code, and we'll find out.
And then, can we talk about this Maltese style? Adding
Yeah.
A1 sauce into the olive oil.
I mean, I'm definitely trying this.
I've said this before. I'll say it again.
Is he saying it in lieu of balsamic or
No, adding
with
maybe adding. It's just adding A1 sauce to the oil.
to the oil? Okay.
Yeah. So maybe it's in lieu of balsamic. I imagine it would be.
Okay.
Because it's A1's pretty acidic. So I would say 9 out of 10 times, maybe 9.5 out of 10 times, I prefer A1 over ketchup.
Yeah.
It's like a better,
I don't eat A1.
dude. You'd be into it.
I'm sure as an ingredient into something, it'd be good. I don't really care for it, especially on steak.
Well, yeah, I don't put ketchup on my steak either. I'm just thinking as a substitute for ketchup. Try it.
Okay.
Yeah, sub it for ketchup.
It's a solid move, like with some fries.
A1 with fries is
I could probably get
wonderful.
down with that.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. On the night after your wedding, we went to a restaurant that my dad thought was a restaurant we used to go to a lot as a family. And we got there and we sat down. And my dad looked around and he was like, "This is definitely not the place. This is going to suck."
Oh.
And he was right. The food was pretty bad. But I got a steak with fries and some garlic toast on the side. And the steak was almost inedible, but I got some A1 and
Made
ate
it
with
edible.
the fries and with the garlic bread. Just dipping some garlic bread in it. Delicious.
I'll be honest, Gary, and I don't like that I'm going to say this. I love A1, and I'll probably love A1 on a steak. I'm not doing it because of principle, because I know how much
See, I
steaks
have
are
no
valued. I know,
I have no principles.
but I probably like it. Like,
Oh, you do, especially on a really, really good steak.
yeah, I just I can't. It's like it's kind of what a lot of people kind of do with hot dogs and ketchup. They just don't want to admit they like it, and they're too hoity-toity. I'm kind of like that with steak. I don't want to admit it.
So here's the thing that people will tell you, right? Is that some people will tell you if you're going to Outback Steakhouse and you're getting a shitty steak, A1 is acceptable. But if you're going to a high-end steakhouse, it's an insult to the chef. Okay, I'm on board with you. I will tell you something that those people may not have ever experienced. If you dump A1 onto a 600-degree plate that has just come out from an A+ steakhouse, that shit goes to a different consistency and tastes even better.
Oh.
Especially if there's some butter on that plate and it all mixes together.
Hot A1.
Oh, it's good stuff.
All right, I'm trying Maltese style, and I'm trying Gary style next time, maybe.
By the way, save your tweets because I'm not changing. I mean, bring it if you want it, but I'll be ordering A1 the next
Yeah.
steakhouse I go to.
Okay, let's see here. Bud Seipert says, I'm coming around to wearing socks in my slides. For years, I thought it was unnecessary. However, no one wants to see my toes, and I think it's more comfortable. Yeah, I prefer socks in my slides, Bud.
Yeah.
I don't like looking at my own toes sticking out of like.
Yeah, I can get down with that.
Yeah, and I think it's more comfortable. I've been doing it since like basketball. We would take off our basketball shoes and wear socks. In our
It's.
slides.
I think it looks cooler too.
I think it does look cool
You
in
know?
slides.
Looks
The
like,
thing-
hey, that
but
dude, that dude likes his sandals.
Yeah.
But he likes his feet warm.
but he likes his comfort
Yeah.
even more.
Apparently, sandals and slides is a big thing in the Midwest because you have to go to school in like your snow boots or whatever. So then when you get there, you don't want to wear that shit around. So you take it
Oh.
off and leave it in your locker and you just throw on slides, but you already have the socks on.
Yeah,
So
socks and
that's like a
slides in the
thing.
middle. Oh, I could see that.
I heard I think Durs from Workaholics was talking about that on a podcast I was listening to. It made perfect sense.
Yeah, makes perfect sense to me too. Also, yeah, you just don't want socks in the flip flops that Matt wears.
No, you
'Cause-
can't. No, not in thongs.
Not in thongs. Yeah, unless Do they make socks with like that little indentation?
If they do, don't
do.
buy them because
They
then
do.
you're never gonna have sex again.
I've seen them. Yes, I've seen them, and no, don't get them.
Do not buy those unless you hate having sex. I don't care which sex.
Wait, aren't those ninja shoes? Like growing up, didn't ninjas have those shoes? Like where they just had one little indent? Do you recall that at all?
I mean, I remember like the wooden clogs, if that's what you're talking about.
No, ninjas didn't wear clogs. They wore like shoes with like that little indent, probably for wearing so they could wear their sandals at the end of the day.
I don't remember that. I believe you though.
I don't know. Yeah, and lastly, one last comment here. Joe Urbanek, he posted a link to Jack White playing the national anthem. Did you guys watch this?
No.
Oh, well, Dawson will understand this. Jack White's playing the national anthem. How do you think he'd do it at a baseball game, Detroit baseball game?
Well, I mean, I think he would probably
He's
try to
from there.
rock it up.
Yeah, he'd rock it up.
Maybe the tuning would be the same, but the arrangement is
Yeah,
a little fucked up.
he played with a little band. Did it all on slide electric guitar.
Nice.
And then when it went to the Rockets' Red Glare, kicked on the fuzz and made it like real thick.
Nice.
You know how he has that beefy tone
Yeah.
and did it like that. What are your thoughts on like the guitarist and like the instrumental, like Joe Satriani?
I would rather at a game hear somebody play it on a guitar than hear somebody sing it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I read a lot of the comments, not from us, but from the actual link. A lot of people were like, they loved it. A lot of people loved it, but a lot of people thought you need the lyrics and you need the voice for it to really hit.
I can see that too.
Yeah. I don't know. As someone who plays guitar, I respect it a lot more. But yeah, before I play guitar, I probably wouldn't care. Yeah, probably wouldn't care for it. But it was incredible, and yeah, I love a slide guitar because Gary, what happens is you get all the in between notes of the frets.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like instead of like a guitar when you go from note to note, it's like do 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 do. With the slide it goes. So you get all that in between, and that's really where
So
you capture
cool.
the soul.
Yeah.
Well, if another guitar player didn't say, I can do that better, did he really do it? And that's what.
Dawson's just dropping some philosophy bombs on me,
So
and it's raining.
always got to be that guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, those are our comments. Thanks everybody for writing in. Appreciate
Yeah.
you so much. Man, I'm just so thankful for everything right now, including everybody listening. To
Things
the
are
show.
turning your way now. You had a stretch of bad luck. Now it's all turning around.
Yeah, things are really coming up, Loxy, and
Yeah.
there's just nothing that could change this. There's no way this could go
You got
wrong.
this, dude. Keep
no,
going.
not no way, not no how.
Don't go to Vegas. Don't go to Oakland. Stay in Long Beach.
All right, you guys want to get our plugs in, and we'll GTFO.
Yeah,
because we
let's
got a
do it.
Patreon episode we got to hit too. So with Kaylin, so that'll
Yeah.
be fun. So why don't
Thank
we go?
God. I thought you were saying we're going to do that today.
No.
Like, no, we're not.
No, bro.
Okay.
What are we doing today? Kaylin's not here, Dawson.
I
How can
know,
we
I
do
know,
that?
I don't know.
All right, Das.
What?
What do you suggest?
No flicking the bean.
Two things. One, Easter Sunday, I'm doing 5 minutes of lean on the mic stand comedy.
Yes, but you're gonna be standing while you're doing it.
I will be, but I'm leaning on the mic stand.
Do it standing up,
Getting
right?
comfortable up there.
You do? You lean on the mic stand like that?
Yeah.
I love that move. Bill Burr does that a lot, which I love. Just so natural. You're
comfortable.
so casual.
Yeah.
Just lean on that mic clip.
And it's Easter Sunday, and so I wrote 2 new Easter jokes. And I will open with one, and I will close with one. But other than that, if you saw the last one, I'm doing the same set.
Have you considered the
With
fact
2
that
new
your
jokes.
audience might not be into Easter because they're at a comedy club?
Well, that's why I made these jokes up. I have to explain to them the importance of Easter, why
Nice.
this day is important.
All right. Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Here's a
I'll
joke.
tell you guys next week. I'll tell you the jokes on the podcast because they're not good for another year.
Oh, you're not gonna save them for
Yeah.
next year?
Well, I mean, I'll be able to use
I would
them next
love
year.
to. I would love to hear them. Oh, that's a great tease. All right, everybody.
I can
tune
tell
in.
you what they are next week.
Yeah. Let's not spoil because there are gonna be people who come out there, and I want them to have the real experience. Now, I have a joke.
And
I
I'm
could
sure
pitch
I could
to.
redevelop it because the first premise of the joke that I wrote It's pretty like, oh yeah, I never thought of that. It's widely applied. So I might be able to work it into other things. But anyway, so that's Sunday at Flappers in the Yoo-Hoo room. I did post that it was on the main room. I was wrong. I couldn't read. Not there yet. But and then April 27th, the Smoking Kills at the Viper Room, bro.
Dude, is that place closing down?
Wow.
In another year.
Wow.
That's fucking cool.
That's a
Yeah, they're gonna shut it
legendary,
down. Yeah,
legendary.
I'm knocking that one off of the list, and we're playing with Nerd Halen and Ack, tribute to Ace Frehley. That's the band Izzy fronts, and one other band I can't think of, but Nerd Halen, dude,
Yeah.
fucking hot shit. But it's a
Must be.
Wednesday night in Hollywood, April
Dude.
27th. Follow me at Los Angeles or the Smoking Kills, and I'll tweet the ticket link. Hope you can make it there.
Yeah. Look at Dawson making
Early
this
night,
happen.
7:30. We're on early fucking night.
Okay, 7:30 Wednesday.
That sounds like a night.
Yeah, that's
I have a fucking
nighttime,
kid.
dude.
That's nighttime, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
bedtime.
last time I went to the Viper Room to see a show. Didn't start till 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm old, bro. We got to the bar after Chris's wedding, and we looked around and went, nah, this is for the younger people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't for the Easter show, Dossie, I got a joke for you.
What?
Easter joke here. So you get up there, you go, and you're like, "Hey, I'm Mike Dawson. Thank you so much for coming. You have to excuse me. I'm a little nervous because I got some of my Peeps in the back." And then in your back pocket, you pull out those Peeps marshmallow candies and you throw it out like Jesus Christ. So,
That reminds me, that horrible open mic I told you guys
Kaboom.
about last week.
Kaboom.
Yeah. One dude brought a crate of props,
oh,
and then he set it on the table next to him, and he didn't touch anything in the
that,
fucking
I
thing.
like that a
That's
lot.
pretty funny.
So, anyway, yeah. Awesome. I love it. I will not do it. You keep that
Oh,
one.
because you don't want to buy
You
the
keep that
Peeps.
one, dude.
All right.
Yeah. No, that's not me, Chris. You know that.
All right, I'll pitch you more when I think of them. I pitch in real time. All right, Gary, what do you got?
Let's see. I'm going to promote the Watercooler Patreon. We're doing a lot of fun stuff over there. Patreon.com/watercooler.
Yes.
And I'd like to thank everyone who has joined recently. We've had a lot of people kind of signing up. I do take offense to the person who said that they compared the Matt reveal to some big scam where something was teased and then was never delivered upon. I thought that's completely wrong. Matt's explanation of what he was doing was phenomenal, and we had so much fun doing it. So you can listen to that and all of our past episodes. There's over 80 of them at this point, and Watercooler, movie nights, and all that stuff. So go check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you have a long road trip or you just you need some extra content in your life, the Patreon, it's an archive.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a living.
And it all still holds up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, and then plus, the show's archive, the Lake Arrowhead show, it's all great. It's all great. As for me, my plugs, I do have some shows coming up, but off the top of my head, I don't remember when they are. So just message me on Instagram or Twitter or something, and then I'll hit you back up with the dates. But I'm playing in Long Beach and Huntington Beach area, and throughout the next month or so. So hit me up. All right, that will do it for Watercooler. Thank you again to everybody for listening and for being a part of this show and for commenting. We'll see you later this week for Patreon. We love you. Goodbye. Thank you.